Good evening, guys. Am I audible? Avedesh.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, okay, fine. We will see 5 more minutes. We can give some more time for others to join. I can get your name, Avedesh, but one more person may know your name, please. It's RN. Hi, Neha. Hey, guys, am I audible? I'm not getting any response. Guys, please don't click on the link which was provided by Weecliff. I'm not sure. I'll verify with Institute and I will let you know. It is not from Institute side. Good evening, Gajendra, Bekamjeet, Neha, and Avadesh. Am I audible, guys? Mhm.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for confirming. You can see list participant. Hi, Amrita.
Hello, sir.
Uh, we will wait for 4 more minutes, guys. Okay. Good evening, guys. And good morning, guys, who and all join from outside India. I'm Haran. I'm your trainer, and I'm having 12 years of experience in ETL testing and data engineering, data analysis on big data, on all areas of data. I've worked more than 12 years. Okay, so first, I will welcome you all for joining the session on ETL, and I appreciate you guys for trying to enrich your knowledge on the data side, because in upcoming trend, everyone knows, no? So AI going to be the game changer. If you want to understand the AI and related concepts, so the AI going to be constructed on top of your data. Okay, so if you want to build a knowledge base, or if you want to use some data on for doing AI, then you want to understand the basics for analyzing and manipulating the data. Okay, so basically this session is going to be completely practical, and it's going to be more interactive. It won't be like the class I'm going to take and you will be listening. So very often I'm going to instead of telling it as a class, it will be more likely to be a discussion. Okay, guys. So I expect all the participants to have a chat with me during the class. Okay, and they can ask their question if they want to share some thoughts on the topic we are going over. We can do that also. Okay, uh, guys, please respond before starting the class. I'm expecting response from the person.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, Namta. I'm seeking, even in the chat, group chat also, I was posting so many questions and articles. I couldn't see much response from you guys. Okay, so if you are completely strictly following with our class and you are more interactive, I'm assuring that at the end of this class, you will be like you'll have a good knowledge on the data side, okay, especially ETL and with ETL. Okay, so I'm going to cover like a entire flow, not only with ETL testing and SQL, these things. The class wise, you can see this link, okay? In this link, on each class, what I'm going to discuss, it was mentioned, okay? Before going over this topic, so I want to discuss on what is ETL and where we are going to use these concepts, okay? So if you see, the course syllabus will be, so introduction of ETL and data warehousing. So there I'm discussing ETL, data warehousing, OLTP, OLAP, goals, okay? ETL concepts and tools, what and all the tools, transformation, load, and extract. And if you see source and target system understanding, likewise, we have many areas covered, okay? Then SSMS is nothing but software or your data warehouse. SQL Server Management Studio. On that, what and all the query we are going to cover, I've keep the breakdown here. So your SQL class is going to be a deep one. At the end of this, you can able to write any kind of query. I give assurance for that. And the next sessions are lab sessions. So only till your ETL first 7 class, it is going to be theoretical class. After yes, from 8th class, completely it's going to be a lab session or like a practical ones. Okay. With SQL also, we are going to install SSMS. I'll guide you to installation. Then set up a database, set up a table, running the queries on top of the table. Okay. After that, SSIS. So you understood the understood the concepts of SSIS. Now you want to understand how it is done as a end-to-end. Okay. Simply, if I'm teaching you ETL testing alone, you can't, as a tester, you can't do anything, right? So want to understand. I see hands raised from Wycliffe. Do you have any question?
Yeah. Are you presenting your screen or you are not?
Okay.
I can't even see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Right. I was not presenting my screen. Okay. So you guys can see. So this is the link. Thanks for notifying Wycliffe. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Yeah, yes, we can see.
So this is a link for the training agenda. Okay. So if we see the data, what and all the areas I'm going to cover, which was clearly mentioned here. So SSMS, from this, it will be a lab sessions. So SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. Then I'm going to, as a data engineering perspective, you're going to learn the concepts of data engineering, which is like ETL developer. Okay, so we are going to implement the pipelines through our SSIS, which is SQL Server integration package. Okay, so through that we are going to cover 4 areas: error handling, transformations, control flow and data flow, installation. The next one, Power BI, which is like your ultimate goal of doing ETL is 2. One is your business intelligence reporting. Another one is for AI and ML. Okay, we will go over that. After that, so manually you're doing ETL testing and you learn what to do with development, those stuffs. Okay, SQL these and all. Now you want to learn about the automation. So for that automation, I chose PyTest with Python. Okay, using PyTest framework. So there I'm going to teach Python essentials, start and fixtures, and query automation, framework design, these and all. So once we are completed with that, till this 29th class, everything we will discuss with non-cloud environment. Whereas in today's environment, today's trend, everything is moving to the cloud. Okay. So what I choose is like Azure Cloud. Through Azure Cloud, we are going to discuss all the sessions. Okay. Till 29th class, what and all we have discussed for testing, automation, these things. We will going to learn from Azure perspective, cloud perspective. Why? Because so there it is easy to integrate with AI concepts. Okay, if we want to create some knowledge base, or if I want to do some ML algorithm and I want to train the data, create an AI bot or some AI models. So it is possible through Azure. And also, as part of Azure, what and all I'm going to cover is fundamental concepts, data factory pipelines, and ADF data validation using Azure Data Factory, Databricks, and automation with Azure Databricks. These and all the classes I have covered. I'm going to cover. Before going to in depth with this agenda, I want to discuss with overview of one ETL architecture. So where that the course content we are going to cover now, where it will be used. First, you have to understand on that. That's why I want to share the uh, overview of ETL on system. So what is the starting point and phase by phase, what happens next? Okay, everything. And one more thing, guys, on end of each session, each class, you are going to have a one small quiz session with 5 question or 10 question based on the topic. Okay. And at the end of all the class, so I'll provide you support for interview preparation and with some sample interviews. Okay. Since I'm doing interviewing process also for my company for more than 5 years. So on ETL side and Azure side, Power BI side, I'll help you to prepare some interview questions. We can conduct some real-time interview with the persons who are interested. Okay. And this content going to be really useful for you guys. Okay, fine. So I'll start with, so this is how my class going to be, guys. So I'll open up on Excel and I'm going to draft or I'm going to write it down and I'll show you in a practical way or in diagrammatical way. Clear, guys? Yes, please be talkative and interactive.
Yes.
I'm expecting answer. Fine, Neha. Thanks
Yes,
for
Saran.
responding. Okay, fine. Now, so how can you please share your thoughts? Why are we doing ETL? Because before understanding any concept or you're learning any concept, just categorize it based on some 3 questions. Why you are doing that? Basically, what is that? Why I'm doing that? And what is the goal of it? So we can, if we cover any topic on these 3 questions, then we can have a good amount of understanding on that concept. Okay, guys. Now we can discuss something anyone can answer. So what is ETL and why are we doing this ETL? Cliff, Gajendra, anyone can answer, guys.
Uh, yes, sir. ETL is basically extract, transform, and load.
Okay.
And we used to do it for data migration activity, and as well as when we want to load our data into the data warehouse for any of the analytics. So for that purpose also we used to do ETL. So,
Fine.
yeah.
Okay. Why I'm doing why it is necessary for analytics?
To summarize any of the insights, or we want to gain any information from the data for
Okay.
that purpose.
Let's take it in a simple way. Okay. So you're on company owner. You need those analytics data or insights. So using those information, what are you going to do? Right? Any of the BI analytics or insights. from end user or some leadership level only, they will use it. Why are they using it?
Suppose I'll give one example. If it is a banking domain, so if we have data for some customers, so
Okay.
customers' data, if I have account number, then their details, name, and everything. So I put it in table, and the business wants to see that table. So data where we are extracting, transforming, and loading. So maybe that is where we have like data warehouse don't have any systematic format, and when we are putting into the systematic format to show the business, like in any like Power BI we are using, so in format, systematic format, so that's the need where we need the this everything ETL to show and to manage the data in a proper way.
Okay. Suppose, as you told, I'm coming with your point. So you have the data, customer information stored in the table directly, right? So
Yeah.
what is the need of doing ETL? Directly, I can link that table to the report, right? Either Power BI or anything
No,
to
there
see
is
that
data
information.
privacy also. We cannot show everything to our end customer, correct? The need of this, it's like everything we cannot show it.
Okay, fine. So if I can't show everything, what and all the required, what and all the detail required from that
Mm-hmm.
table, directly I can link it, no?
Yes, it's like whenever the business is focused on the key areas, like they want to increase the performance, they want to like take any of the critical decision. For that, we need to share the insight of
Yeah.
the data. Yes,
Yes,
and
exactly,
suppose,
exactly.
yeah, retail, they want to see which product is on the hype or which are in less demand. They need to take some action, or they need to streamline any of the process. That time they want to see the data. For that, all business perspective, they want to take the decision for any key performance means key performances. That's why they used
Yeah, that
to.
was a perfect answer. Is it Amita or Neha?
It's Amita. Thank you,
Amita.
Amita, sharing thoughts. Yeah.
That was a perfect explanation, Amita. Thanks. That's for the improvement or the business owner wants to take some critical information based on the data. Suppose, let's say I'm an insurance provider. I'm going to introduce one new plan. What is the improvement or some downfall on that plan? Okay, how many people in the market are liking that, or are they like to invest in that? Sorry, invest in that insurance policy or anything. So kind of it. So if I'm going to take another some new decision to grow my business, then that decision can be taken based on my previous data. Okay, let's say for the same example, you told banking customer detail, right? So if I want to verify how much the loan payment done. Okay, so I had some 1,000 customers got the loan, out of which what is the percentage each person had paid their loan, and who and all perfectly paying their loan on time. Okay, so I want to see that information as a branch manager or like a correspondent of the bank, okay, or president of the bank. I can't go to the system directly and I can write some SQL queries. Even he don't know, he doesn't require that. No, what and all he needs is like a simple report. Okay, if he is searching, okay, I need the loan records for the people who belongs to a particular geographical area, then he must see who and all not paying their loan on time. I want to check their names with the status. So simply they can provide the criteria and they can click on search, which must provide the result within a 5 to 10 seconds. So that is your ultimate goal for doing ETL. So that can't be done within a single table search. Okay, I can have, if for example, if you take HDFC Bank, Okay, I can have different servers across India. Okay, if I'm maintaining Axis Bank accounts, okay, at international level, they can maintain many servers and many data sources. Okay, in some areas they can maintain Teradata. Some area they can maintain like a file format. Nowadays, file format they are not using, but they can maintain. No, for example, I'm telling in some area they are using SSMS. Likewise, if they are maintaining different database and different source, everything has to be brought up in single system for doing ETL. So I have to evolve the data from step by step manner. Okay, and I want to prepare some in materialized table. There I want to store my query results. From that table alone, for each report or KPI, based on KPI is nothing but key performance indicator, which is used in your reporting area. Okay, so based on it, I can fetch the data from final table. So this is what ETL. So now we can see one thing from stage one. So we can take an example of IRCTC. Okay, it's Railway Ticket Booking System of India. Okay, fine. So in this, before I'm doing my ETL, I can have sources for each geography area, what and all there. So it can be South India, different servers or different data. Okay, Central India, North India, East India, and West India. So for railway ticket booking, I'm assuming there are 5 servers are maintained, okay, and 5 data sources. These are typically 5 data sources. Based on each geographical area, the information can vary. Okay, so the customer name or like the age or the train timings, everything can change because in single data source, I can't maintain all the trains, which can have South India can have some 4 or 5 states, 4 states, Central India 4 or 5 states, North India some 6 or 7 states, East and West India is also like that. Based on the train routes, they are segregating it and storing the data source. These and all nothing but a different data sources. So if you see West India, in West India, some train routes may cross to very remote areas. At that time, they can maintain in file systems also. Okay, guys, are you getting? These are all different data sources. Now, these data source, before I'm doing ETL, what is the first step do I need to consider? Now I got the data source. This is a production data source or real-time data source. Okay. Yes, are you getting? Just share your thoughts, guys. Keep unmute also. Am I audible, guys? Yeah,
Yes.
Vikramjit. Yeah. Okay. So these are all different real-time data source. So initially, what happens? So we have some railway minister or the associates of railway minister in India. We have no. So this guy will talk with the some company. He will give a deal. Okay, I'm going to implement ETL on top of the railway database. So I need the reports. Okay, so this guy will talk with some BA or some technical architect. Okay, he will hire some technical architect to understand the data, different data sources of the railway IRCTC data sources. After he understanding, he will talk with this associate and technical architect. They will discuss and they will refine the reporting requirements. Okay. For example, okay, your first requirement will be what is the revenue made of each train. Suppose I have Vivek Superfast Express. Okay. Example, we have Vivek Superfast Express is the train which is running from Assam to Bengaluru, I guess. Okay. On this train, okay, what and all the area it covers. So from which and all the data source which is having the information for this. Okay. And after that, so this is one of the report. Likewise, if I'm selecting a particular train which was running in India, then it must show the revenue. Likewise, so how many reporting requirements you have, they will refine it. Okay. After refining it, that technical architect who was recruited by railway associates. Okay. Then a tender will be open to some IT companies. They will come and there they will talk with the project team. Either it is BA or technical architect from company side. At the time, what they will do, no, they will provide a copy of this data. This is production data, so they don't touch it. So they will provide the access to copy this data in some lower environment, let's say SIT. Okay. System integration testing environment. There they will make a copy of this data, or they will mock up some data which is similar to production. They don't give exact data. They will mock up the data. Okay. Similar to prod. And BA or technical architect will get the requirements. Requirement in the sense reporting requirements. All the reports they will be provided. And phase by phase. Okay. Phase by phase, they will start implementing one report. Okay. Let me take this reporting requirement. They will start implementing it. So at the first step, they will go through all the data source from this table. They will understand the data. Okay. They will understand the data from all data source and they will try to establish the relation between those data. Okay. And after that, after understanding the data, they will back traverse from the reporting. Okay. If it is reporting, what might be my immediate materialized table? Okay. Which from there, from which source of data it must come. Okay. Suppose I'm having some files in South India, some information stored in a file that has to be uploaded to a single environment or data warehouse. The data warehouse may be typically a cloud or non-cloud platform. Okay, non-cloud platform. Can somebody provide some example for data warehouse in cloud environment and non-cloud environment, guys? Amita?
So cloud, Azure is there. We use ADF for ETL process. Then AWS and GCP. I'm not very much sure about the inside tools of AWS and GCP.
Yeah, AWS, Azure, these are not cloud based tools.
Okay.
Okay. Non-cloud maybe like Teradata. The simple database can act as
Yes,
a
all
data
the
warehouse.
databases like
Yeah.
MS SQL, SQL, Teradata, based on
Yeah.
the projects, different
Those
projects.
are those are like non-cloud environment. Now,
Yes.
so from the report requirement, okay, now, so they will design all the data, okay, the South India data from IRCTC server can have files, okay, XML file, JSON file, and Teradata database. These and all the information they are storing. In Central India, they can have some, they can store it in different database like Oracle. Now, what they will do now, they will bring all the source of data into a single environment. Okay, single environment in the sense, if it is a cloud, they can bring it into the Azure data lake, which is a huge storage for storing the information. Okay, if it is a table, then it can be stored as a file, or the table has to be stored as a table, and the file has to be stored as a file. In the sense, you can use SSMS. that is also a product of Microsoft. So using SQL Server Management Studio, they can store the tables, and files they can go with Azure Data Lake. And if it is a non-cloud, they want to maintain a non-cloud environment, simply they can go SSMS. There, if it is a file, they can store it as a table. We have one major what is it? Advantage of using cloud environment when comparing to non-cloud environment. Can somebody able to guess it by this explanation itself? When you're using cloud and non-cloud, we have big advantage. Can somebody try to guess, guys? I'm getting answers from Amita and Neha only. Others also can try, guys. Nitesh. So that is E, I think. Can you please talk? I think I'm getting answers from E. May I know your name, sir? Okay, fine. So if you see, we have different data sources as file and table. When we have that, if we use cloud, in cloud we have different set of components which was provided. We can maintain your files as well as table. Whereas in non-cloud environment, if you use SSMS alone, your file has to be converted and loaded into a table. So which will provide a leverage to hold the file as a file in cloud environment. Whereas in non-cloud environment, that will be stored in a table only. So at that time, some data cleansing has to happen while loading into the table. So we can have a possibility to miss some information. So we have that advantage at a first level. Okay, then after moving that data to lower lane or lower environment, then our actual ETL process has to happen. Okay, so ETL process, after loading the data, ETL process has to happen. Okay, guys, as part of ETL. So already just consider, okay, in SIT layer 1, which is a simple copy of the actual production data. Okay, actual data we are copying in lower lane. Then as part of ETL process, what are we going to do? We are going to extract the data, transform the data, and load the data. So at the time, how we are going to extract the data? So while in the data itself, how many type of data is there? That's what from here only our class will start, guys. So if we see in ETL, I'm covering, okay, what is ETL and data warehousing, OLTP and OLAP, goals and components of ETL. So why I want to implement a reporting. Okay, I want to implement reports. So I'm going to this. And from the actual data, whether I want to design a OLTP, online transaction processing table, or online analytical processing table. So both we are dealing, OLTP and OLAP, both in our ETL architecture, we are dealing with it. So while going the class deeply, I'll explain you each thing. Okay, then extract transformation load will come in this area. Okay, this is SIT layer 1. I'm going to design SIT layer 2. So in this layer, so the actual data may be there in different formats. Okay. I'm going to convert everything in single source of data. Can somebody tell guys why I'm going to convert all the data into a single type of data? And what's going to be in the single form? So everything I'm going to make it as a table. If I'm having files, if I'm having some XML file, either it is formatted, non-formatted, or semi-structured, unstructured, or structured, everything will be converted as a structured data. With a 2D, two-dimensional array. It's nothing but a table. Okay, table. I'm going to store it in a table for doing my further extraction, transformation, and load. Okay, while loading it, I'm going to do data cleansing. We have a process called data cleansing. Okay, guys. I'm going to do data cleansing and I'm going to load the data into the SAT layer 2. There a simple table. What and all there in the file, what and all there in the XML file, what and all there in the table, everything going to be in a table format. From that table format, okay, SIT layer 3, I'm going to transform the data and again going to store it as a tables. Tables in the sense of fact and dimension tables. Okay, now we can come up with here source types. Okay, source types we are going to discuss here in SIT layer 1, which is from the production data or the data which is provided to understand all the scenario and data. That is called, while we are discussing that concept, we will discuss also different source types, target systems and mapping. Okay, and while we are moving this SIT layer onto SIT layer 2, next layer, we will discuss transformation basics and data cleansing, data enrichment, everything. Okay, guys. So the next one, data governance and data quality. So can somebody tell what is it, guys? Why we need data governance? Are you following up, guys? Digambar?
Sir, data governance is required so that data should be as per the standard and the compliance of the company.
Yes, exactly. So not only with that, in ETL perspective, we are going to maintain everything in sync. Okay. So if something, the data is coming to our system, then we have to categorize it. Either if it is a succeeded data or any error got hit on the data. Okay. Yeah, and one more point, who can access it? So those things will be covered based on the access at end report. If suppose I'm having some 10 reports are implemented, 2 reports are required only by the higher level of business. 5 reports are required by second layer of business. Okay, so based on it, so we can organize it. But in data governance in ETL table will be mainly for the error handling and for a complete flow of data. There is no miss in the data. To ensure it, we will maintain metadata, logs, auditings, everything will be discussed in data governance and quality. Okay, and the next one is ETL testing process. So now in layer 3, I'm going to do transformation. While doing the transformation, this area only your SCD will covers. Anybody having any guess on SCD? What is SCD? So that will be covered in your historical and incremental load. Yeah. So that will be covered with your ETL concepts and tools, historical and incremental loads. There we can discuss on SCD, different types of SCD. So how the data is evolving to accommodate the changes happening in the source data, right? Suppose the data in the sense it won't remain static, right, guys? It will be keep on changing. So if it is changing, so how can I accommodate the change? The change, how to make the change data, the data which is changed to report in my reports, end reports. So how to handle the changed records? That's called your SCD, slowly changing dimension. So those things we will discuss with it. Okay, now everyone clear with this, no? ETL concepts, extract, transform, load, ETL tools, historical and incremental loads, what and all the topics, at which area we are going to implement and why are we learning it. And already we saw target systems and mapping, source types, okay, transformation basics. So target systems and mapping will be, so the mapping between one layer to another layer. Okay, from here, I'm having some file. From the file, I'm converting into a table. So how it must be mapped. Those things we can discuss with target systems and mapping. So data governance and quality also we discussed metadata, logs, audit tables. Metadata is nothing but a column names and the data type, these and all for simply a metadata. A data holding about a data. Data about a data is called metadata. Logs will be for each if you're running a pipeline. Okay. Before that, so we want to discuss how the data moved from one source to another. Anybody can tell. So I'm moving the data from SIT layer 1 to SIT layer 2. So how it will be done?
The data moving from one source to another because you can use it for pipeline.
Yeah, exactly. You know your name, sir? Hello? Yeah, may I know your name?
My name is Mithun.
Mithun. Yeah, exactly, yes. Mithun. So we will have pipeline. We have to execute the pipeline. Pipeline is a sequence of steps or sequence of job which accumulate all the records from the source and it will load to the target. This activity will be done. So where we are going to cover in our agenda. So if you see in class number 20, okay, 20, 21, 22, there we are going to see control flow overview, lookup, derived column, merge. There we are going to create the pipeline and I will show you how it is moved from one source to another in practical session only. So these are all lab sessions. Using pipeline. Pipeline is nothing but a workflow created for moving the data from one to another. So if I'm executing the pipeline, it will load the data from source to target. Okay. In this way, I'm executing the pipeline. And in SIT layer 3, fact and dimension I'm storing. After storing it, I will deal with a huge transformations. So how I will do transformation, these and all we will discuss. And finally, okay, SIT layer 4, I'm going to create materialist tables or views. Okay, while moving layer 2 to layer 3, so there we will discuss the concepts, SCD, data normalization techniques, okay, and different models, database models. Database hierarchical model, star schema, snowflake schema, these and all the things we are going to discuss it here. And data normalization also, we will deal with in layer 2 to layer 3 movement. So these and all, how I can achieve it? While executing the pipeline itself, I can code the pipeline according to the concept or the idea which is derived by BA or architect. Okay. Then from layer 3 to layer 4. In layer 3, most of the transformations are happened. Now in layer 4, I'm framing the query according to my reporting requirement. Okay. So based on the reporting requirement, I will frame my queries. And from that query, I'm going to store the result in materialized table or views. Mostly views will be used, and 40% projects, they will use materialized tables also. Okay, in real time. While doing this, after this, it will be moved to Power BI reports. Okay. Now, this is the complete flow. In this flow, okay, now we can see ETL testing process. So how I can test the change or moving the data from one source to another. So what and all areas I have to cover. Those things we can cover with ETL testing lifecycle, ETL versus database testing, and responsibilities of ETL tester. And the next one is ETL test case writing. How can I write my test case? How can I write my test scenario for ETL case study? Okay. After that, one real-time project, we will discuss it end-to-end flow. Okay, from starting from the source till my reporting, I'm going to discuss. And defect analysis, how to raise the defect or how to identify the defect. So the next one. So everything, if you want to do the validation, so these are all concepts. If you want to implement your, if you want to apply these concepts on your table and you want to do a ETL tester or a data engineer, then SQL is a mandatory thing, right, guys?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for SQL, so we will start up with SQL installation in your system. So I will personally support you guys. I will share the document for installing. Then once the installation done, we will start with the basics concept. Okay, DDL and DML commands, constraints and keys, then filtering and sorting, where order by like between these and all, different kind of joins for combining the tables. And why I'm combining the tables? Can somebody tell, guys? Can somebody make a guess? Why
Because two tables. It is so that we can combine the tables.
Yeah, exactly. So if I want to get one reporting requirement or one particular requirement, okay, then I want to join multiple tables to bring one requirement alone. For example, so I want to get the revenue made by each state wise. Okay, for example, we can take the same Vivek Superfast Express. On this Superfast Express, which state people contributing in the revenue more? Okay, so in Assam, they will travel through Assam, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh. So it will come till Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. It will go till Karnataka. So who is making more booking and who is contributing high in the revenue, which state people? So on that, I want to do some business analytics, business decision I want to take. So if I want to take it now, on that time, if you see that train route will be there in the starting server, which is your East data source, East India data source. But the revenue will be shared across each state, no? So it will travel through Central India, South India, right? So the revenue which was made through Vivek Superfast Express will be stored in Central India and South India. So I want to join the data from different data sources. For that requirement, I'm using joins. Okay. Then right join, full self join, these and all we will discuss. Aggregation and grouping. What and all the functions we are using aggregation and grouping. So sum, average, count, group by having these areas we will discuss. So and next one is subqueries and views. Okay. Then functions and indexing. So string function, date function, case statement, indexing on SQL. Then CTE, common table expressions and window functions, ranking functions, and query optimization. So anybody make a guess what is query optimization, guys?
I guess for performance wise to get the result.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to fetch some 100 records out of 1 million records, you are writing a query. Okay, you can use some tips to make your query run fast to fetch the result. Okay, suppose you are writing a conventional way, which is taking 2 minutes now, you can reduce it to run it for around only 30 seconds, 35 seconds. There is some way. Okay, if you are using some repetitive queries in your query, repetitive statement or repetitively checking same thing, you can store it in a common table expression. You can create a common table expression, store it, so which will store the result of that. On that result, simply you can fetch it and you can use it in your query, which will avoid multiple execution and query execution time. So likewise, we have multiple query optimization techniques. We will discuss that too as part of the session. Okay, then we will create on real-time ETL project through SQL. Okay, we will upload on real-time database. From the database using SSIS, we will create on architecture, layered architecture as like this. Okay, how we show SIT layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Likewise, in real time, in real projects, what is happening? That's why in my class, it will be completely going to be the practical sessions and lab sessions. Okay, guys, it will be more interesting when comparing to theory sessions. So if I'm explaining one thing, so I will go with some example, then only I will come up with the concept, guys. Then SSIS. SSIS will be, as I told, this is the ETL tool we are going to use. Okay, which is in Visual Studio, one of the ETL package which was supported by Visual Studio. So I will help you with installation. Then we can create some simple pipelines to fetch the data, and we can implement SSIS, SCD, slowly changing dimension techniques in the pipeline. We will run some data, and we can do some error handling. We can see that in that example. Okay, guys, any question? So those and all will be covered here. So in this flow, while moving one layer to another, what and all the operations required, SCD, data normalization, data models, these and all is possible through your pipeline only. So we can see deeply with the pipelines. Then Power BI. So Power BI is going to be our end ultimate goal. So we will discuss about Power BI also, how to connect some data warehouse to Power BI report, and how to create some sample reports and how to publish it. These and all we can discuss with it. So totally it's going to be 35 hours class, guys. And if it is required, it may go above that. And the next one. So as of now, manually you understand everything. Now we want to do automation. So for that automation, how I'm going to design my framework is like, for the cloud environment as well as non-cloud environment, I'm going to teach you how to do automation, and I'm going to use Power BI as my reporting, or after running the automation scripts, how many scripts passed, failed, those statistics I can see by connecting Power BI. So since you can make like, you can create a report for your automation perspective. If you are automating some 5 or 10 test cases, for those 10 test cases, you can see the report. Okay, guys. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So in automation, if you see introduction to ETL automation, so PyTest basics and structure. The next is Python data handling, database connection using PyODBC. Okay, these and all some frameworks. PyODBC and some area of Python we'll see. And in Python, assertions, test functions, fixtures we will see. And we can see we can implement. No, we are not going to see theoretically, because 7th class itself, these and all, I'm going to write a query or write a code in front of you guys, I'm going to explain how to write it, what and all the necessary things, how to connect it with the database, how to run the query in a database using your Python code. Okay. And the framework, how to design it, how to design a report. These things we will see here. Okay. And at the end of the session, so building a mini ETL automation framework. At end of your class 29, you will be well aware with creating a Power BI dashboard, interactive Power BI dashboard with some basic level reporting stuffs. And in SSIS, you can able to design a pipeline and load the data from one layer to another at the end of PG. And at the end of your 18th class, definitely you will be able to answer many SQL related questions. You can able to frame a complex queries. And at the end of your 22nd class, you can able to create a pipeline. If you're not missing and constantly coming to the class daily basis, even if you miss some classes, you can go through the videos, guys. And on the next day itself, first 5 minutes, we can share the class for the doubts from previous class. Okay, if you have any doubt on the previous class, we can discuss that. After that, we can start the class. And last 5 minutes, I'm allocating for the doubt on the current class. Okay, and after completing SSIS pipeline creation, so here we can create a reporting. Then at the end of your 29th class, so using PyTest and Python, you can able to automate your, if you're working in a project, you can perfectly automate any test cases. Okay, any SQL test cases. Okay, at the end of this, complete ETL flow done. After that, I'm going to give next 6 class will be your cloud-based things. The same concepts we discussed till 29. How we can use my cloud Azure fundamentals. I can share my screen and I'll show how to create a resources for each data factory. Okay, data lake, data bricks, and how can I use it? How can I create pipelines through data factory? How I can create test cases, ETL test cases through data breaks. Okay, data validation through data factory. These area we can discuss, and we can discuss the same automation through data bricks also. And the post class, as a post class support, even till my previous batch, before 2 batch, the guys who joined also getting support from me for interview. They are still connecting with me, guys. So these and all the areas, even in your real-time project support also, if you have any doubts, just you can send mail to my personal mail ID. You can make a ping to my personal number. I will help you. So that's it with the before starting the class. These and all the overview, guys. These and all the areas I'm going to cover, and I'll make the class, and it will be more interactive ones from the actual class tomorrow. Any question, guys? Anybody?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Do we have any notes, document, or like how it will go for class?
Yeah, definitely. It will be like, see, for each class, I will share you the notes like this in a Word
Okay.
document. I'll show you. This is for my previous class. Okay. So if you see, for each class, I'm preparing some notes and I will share it to you for your better understanding. See, these and all the previous notes on each class wise. Once it is completed, so I will share you that notes, guys. And also I'm creating one shared drive. Okay, in Google Drive, I'm creating one drive and I will share access for you guys whenever you need. Even I will share it daily in WhatsApp as well as in Google Drive. Google Drive, I'll put it. I will provide access to the guys who are joining. They can take it whenever they need. So these and all for one class itself, I'll provide this much notes. For each class, you will receive your notes, guys.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. And even for installation, you will receive installation guide. You no need to worry.
Sir, each
Will
lecture
we
will
be
be of
installing Databricks in our systems?
It is it Anu? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
for Databricks, we no need to do any installation, Anu. It will be a web portal, right? In Azure portal, directly we can create a resource and we can start using it. It's a web-based thing. It's a cloud environment. If you
Okay.
want to see, I'll show you. So we have a account is created from the institute side. So using that account, I will show you. Okay. So this is your typical Azure portal. In this portal, we will create Databricks resource. This is Azure Databricks.
So how will we create a Microsoft Azure account? Is it
Yeah,
free of
I'll
cost?
show you. I'll show you. We have a learning account, which is for 1 month. It is free. So if
Okay.
I'm showing, if you create it now, no, before we are touching Azure account, it will expire, and we have $200 free credit with student
Okay.
account. Okay, I will share you that learning guide also, creation guide also, and I will support you how to create your account, free account. Okay, you want
Okay.
a
That's
credit card
awesome.
plus one email ID and mobile number. That's it. Using these three credit cards, simply they will do for authentication. No money will be charged. Before your actual account will be turned into a paid account, it will ask. Okay, you have to upgrade it, then only it will charge. Otherwise, it don't charge anything. Okay, guys. So in
Okay.
this, I will share you how to create your actual Azure account, how to create each resource, how to validate and create. So you want to provide so many information, then you want to create it. After creating, how to connect with the database and how to run the queries in that, how to run automation, everything. Since it is a paid version, so what and
Yeah.
all with the possible with this, with less amount paid. Okay, because we have different kind of clusters for running the Databricks. So we will do with low level performance cluster. We can run it. Okay. If we go higher, then we have to pay in dollars.
Yeah. Thank you. And one more question. Will you be teaching us concepts of Python as well?
This is we planned only 35 classes. I will cover very low level, but not with deeper Python concepts. But SQL, I'm explaining you from basic to advanced level. Okay, and in Python, you will have Python data handling, database connection, ODBC, assertions, test function fixtures. These areas will be covered. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Any more question, guys? Since today is a demo version, we have 1 hour class. From tomorrow, it will be a access for paid persons. So who and all joining, it will be a 2 hours session, guys, on each weekend, 7 to 9 IST, and it will be like 1 hour class. Then some 5 to 10 minutes, we can do some gaming like activities. Gaming in the sense with the data, what and all we learn. With that, I will provide you some question. It's a fun-based one, so you can try to solve it. Then we can continue after 5 or 10 minutes. And on each session, as I told, there will be a quiz. And if you want interview supports, I'll provide. Any more question, guys?
Sir, I have some doubts. Please share that fee structure and how many days you have covered for our classes.
Okay. So you'll have this link itself. So just click on this link. Here you can see. Okay. So a fee structure will be in Indian money, it is 6,900. Okay. And the total hours will be 35 hours of training, live training. You will have a lifetime access to the recorded videos. You will receive a completion certificate.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any more question, guys?
Sir, one more last question. I need only for
Sure.
Python and Power BI and Azure, if it's possible.
Sorry, I'm not getting you.
I need only for Power BI, Azure, and Python itself. SQL. Previously, I'm working already. I'm SQL and Informatica. So that I don't know need that SQL.
So we have these three in our agenda. Okay, very basic level of Python. Power BI also 2 to 3 class. Azure we scheduled for 6 to 7 class. It may extend 1 or 2 classes. But other than that, as per our agenda, ETL and SQL we have.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Matan?
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Any other question, guys? There is no question, we can end off for today. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. I expect more participation for tomorrow. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you.